Okay, so let's talk about AI-generated art. Yeah, the same art that's supposedly revolutionizing the creative world. Like, can we just take a fucking second to acknowledge how dumb this shit is? I mean, we've got machines now spewing out paintings and calling it art. Art? Like it's some kind of factory-produced masterpiece? Yeah, sure, because when I think of Van Gogh, I definitely think of a fucking algorithm and not, you know, a tortured genius cutting off his ear. You know what's even more mind-blowing? People actually buying this crap. Oh yes, Brenda. Please spend your hard-earned money on something that looks like Picasso threw up on a canvas after a bad night at Taco Bell. Who cares about the years of human struggle and emotion behind real art when you can have a soulless machine barf out a masterpiece in seconds? And don't get me started on these so-called artists who are now just sitting back sipping their overpriced coffee while their computer does all the work. Oh, look at me, I'm an artist. No, Karen, you're not. You're a lazy fuck with a fancy gadget. But hey, maybe I'm just an old cranky wolf who doesn't get it. Maybe this is the future of art, a future where we celebrate the emotional depth of a fucking toaster. Perhaps one day we'll all gather in museums, gazing at digital screens, pretending to feel something profound, while secretly wondering if we left the oven on. So, in conclusion, embrace the chaos, folks. Let the machines take over our creativity. Who needs humanity when you've got code? And remember, in the grand scheme of things, maybe none of this matters. Maybe art is just another hallway we're passing through on our way to whatever. Just try not to block the fucking way while you ponder that. CumpfyreHorvist sighs, looking around at the mess of actual handmade art. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a drink after this. The video ends abruptly as CumpfyreHorvist reaches off screen for a bottle of whiskey. So babies, huh? Those tiny bald creatures that seem to be allergic to sleep. Let's talk about the absolute fuckery that is taking care of a baby. You ever notice how these little shits require an insane amount of attention? Like, who the hell designed this system? Oh, right, nature. Thanks a lot, evolution, you dick. Now don't get me wrong, babies are cute or whatever, but why the fuck do they need constant care? Feed them, burp them, change their diaper, entertain them. Repeat! It's like they're miniaturized, incompetent royalty, and we're just their underpaid servants. And don't even get me started on their screams. Those ear-piercing wails could probably shatter glass if you put in enough decibels. And then you've got these parenting books and blogs trying to make it sound all profound and shit. Oh, it's a magical experience, they say. Magical my ass. It's like a never-ending cycle of sleep deprivation and mystery stains. Why do we even have these things? I mean, think about it. We spend years teaching them to walk and talk, only for them to walk away and never shut up. But here's the kicker, right? All this chaos, all this insanity. It's somehow worth it. Why? Because we see a little bit of ourselves in them. They're our legacy, our continuation. So maybe, just maybe, it's not all pointless. Maybe caring for these tiny human larvae is like planting a tree under whose shade you'll never sit, or maybe that's just the sleep deprivation talking. Either way, fuck it, babies are here to stay. Might as well try to enjoy the ride. He takes a bite of the pizza, looks around at the mess, and shrugs. CumpfyreHorvist. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got my own chaos to manage. Catch you later, you magnificent bastards! Alright, listen up, you caffeine-addicted goblins. Let's talk about coffee. The black gold, the morning mud. The reason half of you are able to drag your sorry asses out of bed every day. Number 1. It tastes like shit. Yeah, I said it. Coffee tastes like someone brewed dirt and disappointment and decided to market it as a miracle drink. And before you come at me with your but, CumpfyreHorvist, you just haven't tried good coffee. Let me stop you right there. I've tried the fancy stuff, the artisanal blends, the cold brews that cost more than my rent. They all taste like varying degrees of liquid sadness. If I wanted to drink something that bitter, I'd just gulp down my own tears of existential dread. Number 2, the fucking ritual. Why is it that making coffee is like performing some ancient alchemical ceremony? You've got your beans, your grinders, your French presses, your pour-overs. It's a goddamn process. Like, are we summoning Cthulhu here, or just trying to get a little bit of energy to pretend we give a fuck about our jobs? You people act like you're brewing ambrosia, not a jittery cup of jet fuel. Number 3, the culture. Oh dear God, the culture? Coffee culture is like a never-ending circle jerk of pretentiousness. You can't just drink coffee anymore, you have to experience it. Oh, this single origin, fair trade, shade-grown Ethiopian blend really brings out the notes of dark chocolate and wild berries. Get over yourselves. It's a drink, not a bloody symphony, and don't even get me started on the people who take selfies with their overpriced lattes like they're holding the Holy Grail. Newsflash, Karen, no one cares about your latte art except maybe the barista who probably hates you for making them do it. Philosophical point. At the end of the day, coffee is just another way we try to give meaning to our otherwise meaningless existence. We've created an entire universe around a simple drink to distract ourselves from the abyss. So maybe next time you're sipping your cup of overpriced bean juice, ask yourself, is it really the coffee you love or the illusion of purpose it gives you? Alright, that's it, I need a drink, but not coffee. Fuck that noise. CumpfyreHorvist grabs a soda and walks off screen. Number 1. Furries in the gaming community are like cockroaches. We're everywhere, and there's no exterminator in sight. And before you get your tails in a twist, hear me out. We're not just those cute, fluffy avatars you see in VR chat. Oh no, we're the raid leaders in WoW, the snipers in Overwatch, the fucking warlords in EVE Online. Yeah, the guy who just headshot you in Call of Duty, probably a wolf with neon blue fur. Number 2, stop judging. Seriously, why the fuck do people care if someone wants to game dressed like a sparkly wolf? Newsflash. You're also an adult playing pretend in a virtual world. It's like calling the kettle furry. The only difference is we do it with a bit more pizzazz. So, unless you've got some deep-seated hatred for fun and creativity, maybe back the fuck off and let people enjoy their pixelated fur. Number 3. Embrace the chaos. Gaming is all about escapism, right? So why not escape as a neon-colored fox? And for those who think we're just here to ruin your immersion, let me remind you, you're playing as a plumber fighting turtles, or a soldier fighting aliens, or whatever the hell happens in Fortnite these days. If anything, we're adding a layer of surrealist art to your already ridiculous gaming experience. Number 4. Final thoughts from the wolf. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. If you can't handle a bit of furry flair in your gaming community, maybe the problem isn't us, maybe it's you. So put down your pitchforks, pick up your controllers, and let's all agree to be the weird, wonderful messes that we are. After all, life's too short to be a judgmental prick. Embrace the fur, embrace the fun, and if you don't like it, well, tough shit. Scene ends with CumpfyreHorvist turning back to the game, picking up a controller, and muttering something about furry raid night as the screen fades to black. Alright, listen up, fuckers. Today I'm here to drop some undeniable truths about one of the most underappreciated masterpieces in gaming history, Garfield Kart Furious Racing. Yeah, you heard me right, it's better than every Mario Kart game combined. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into this. First off, Mario Kart's like the McDonald's of racing games. It's everywhere, it's basic, and sure, it tastes good for a bit, but then you realize it's just a bunch of rehashed garbage with a new coat of paint. Garfield Kart? That's some gourmet shit right there. I mean, who needs a plumber with a red hat when you can have a lazy, lasagna-loving cat behind the wheel? Let's talk characters. Mario and his buddies are so vanilla. Who the fuck cares about a turtle and a mushroom? Give me John Arbuckle and Odie any day. The sheer charisma of Garfield and his crew blows the entire Mushroom Kingdom out of the water. And the tracks. Oh, the tracks. Mario Kart might have Rainbow Road, but Garfield Kart has... well, I don't remember any specific track names, but they're damn iconic, okay? The controls in Garfield Kart are also way more challenging. You think that's a bad thing? Nah, it's called skill. Anyone can pick up Mario Kart and be decent in like 5 minutes. But Garfield Kart, that takes dedication. It's the Dark Souls of kart racing, and if you can't handle it, that's on you. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, lasagna. Garfield Kart has a fucking lasagna power-up. Mario Kart wishes it had something that badass. You can't deny the sheer genius of using a classic Italian dish to dominate the racetrack. Alright, time to get philosophical on your asses. Life is like a Garfield Kart race. It's chaotic, messy, and full of unexpected twists. But it's those quirks and challenges that make it worth playing, so the next time you're about to fire up Mario Kart, remember, mediocrity is for the masses. Be a fucking individual. Play Garfield Kart. Peace out, bitches. Go get your lasagna on. CumpfyreHorvist sighs dramatically. Alright, listen up, you brainiacs and societal rejects. Today's topic is one that's been bugging me since I was a pup. Why the fuck can't I attach a mortar cannon to my car? Pauses, looking around as if waiting for an answer. CumpfyreHorvist, I mean, think about it. You're stuck in traffic, some asshole cuts you off, and bam! Mortar cannon to the rescue. Problem solved, right? Well, apparently the authorities, and by that I mean the fascists in charge of public safety, think it's a bad idea. They have these laws and regulations that say strapping heavy artillery to your vehicle is somehow dangerous and illegal. Rolls eyes. CumpfyreHorvist, okay, sure, I get it. You don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry rolling down Main Street with a goddamn howitzer on their Honda Civic, but come on, have a little faith in humanity. If people can handle the responsibility of driving a 2-ton death machine while texting, I think they can manage a little explosive power. Waves the wrench around for emphasis. CumpfyreHorvist, but no, instead we have to settle for boring, mundane road rage. Can't spice it up with a bit of controlled demolition. What a load of shit. This is the kind of oppressive bullshit that keeps society in a chokehold. And don't even get me started on insurance premiums. Imagine trying to explain that one to your agent. Oh yeah, I need coverage for my car and my mortar cannon. Leans in closer to the camera. CumpfyreHorvist. But here's the philosophical kicker, folks. Maybe, just maybe, the reason we can't have mortar cannons on our cars isn't because of the inherent danger, but because it symbolizes our deep-seated desire to destroy anything that gets in our way. It's a metaphor for our lives, always trying to blow up obstacles instead of finding a peaceful route around them. Leans back, looking somewhat satisfied. CumpfyreHorvist. So the next time you're stuck in traffic, remember, it's not just about the mortar cannon you can't have, it's about the journey you're forced to take instead. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the real adventure lies. Pauses, then smirks. CumpfyreHorvist, or it's just another example of how we're all screwed, who knows? Screen fades to black. Alright, let's talk about content creators. Specifically, those one-trick pony assholes who can only do one thing. I mean, how many fucking times can you watch someone build a house in Minecraft before you start questioning your life choices? It's like, congrats, you built another blocky mansion. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And don't get me started on those TikTokers who just lip-sync to trending audio. How hard is it to move your lips in time with someone else's voice? That's not talent, that's karaoke without the alcohol, or the fun. These people are basically the human equivalent of that one friend who always tells the same joke at every party. At first, you laugh because it's funny. The second time, it's mildly amusing. By the third time, you're ready to punch them in the face with a brick made of pure annoyance. But here's the thing, folks, the audience is just as guilty. We keep consuming the same regurgitated content like we're on some sort of media hamster wheel. Maybe it's because we crave familiarity, or maybe it's because we're just too lazy to look for something new. And now, for my obligatory philosophical bullshit, in a world where everyone's a one-trick pony, maybe the real trick is to find the one that makes us the least miserable. Or, you know, just do what I do and rant about it on the internet. Because fuck it, someone's gotta point out the obvious, right? CumpfyreHorvist sighs dramatically. Alright, so here's the burning question that apparently needs my divine intervention. Do you or do you not wash an orange before eating it? Like, seriously? This is what you people want to know? Fine, let's dive into this cesspool of citrusy stupidity. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the orange in the room. Smirks. Oranges have these peels, you know, that thick, bumpy armor that nature kindly provided. It's not just there for decoration, it's like a built-in condom for your fruit. So, do you wash it? Well, here's the thing. If you're the type of person who washes an orange before eating it, congratulations. You're officially more neurotic than a squirrel on meth. But hey, maybe you've got some weird germaphobe tendencies. Maybe you're worried about pesticides or dirt, or whatever the fuck people worry about these days. Go ahead, give it a rinse. Rub that bad boy under some water like it's gonna reveal the meaning of life. Spoiler alert, it won't. It's just an orange. Now, for the rest of us sane individuals who don't have time to treat their fruit like it's a biohazard, here's a thought. You don't eat the peel, right? So who gives a shit if it's a little dirty? You're not going to catch the bubonic plague from an unwashed orange, Karen. And before someone starts preaching about cleanliness and germs, let's get real philosophical for a hot second. Pauses, looks around dramatically. In the grand tapestry of life, does washing an orange really matter? Are we cleansing the fruit or our souls? Maybe it's not about the orange at all. Maybe it's about the illusion of control in a chaotic world where oranges, like people, can never truly be clean. So, wash it, don't wash it, I don't care, just eat the damn thing and move on with your life. We've got bigger problems, like why people are still debating this shit in the first place. The video ends with CumpfyreHorvist walking off-screen, muttering about the absurdity of life. Alright, gather around, you nerds, because today I'm going to talk about something that makes my blood boil hotter than a CPU without thermal paste. PC parts. Why the fuck are these things so expensive now? I mean, holy shit, I'm starting to think Nvidia and AMD are running some kind of extortion racket. I can't even browse Newegg without feeling like I need to sell a kidney on the black market just to afford a halfway decent graphics card. And don't even get me started on the scalpers. These parasites make buying a GPU feel like trying to win the lottery, but instead of $1 million, you get the privilege of spending $2 grand on a piece of tech that'll be obsolete in 6 months. What a time to be alive. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but CumpfyreHorvist, it's all about supply and demand, the semiconductor shortage, yada yada. Spare me the Econ 101 lecture, buddy. The reality is, we're all getting screwed over by a system that treats us like disposable income. Every time I see a price tag that looks like it was designed by a sadistic AI, I can't help but wonder if this is all part of some grand conspiracy to keep us distracted and broke. In conclusion, because I know you guys expect some deep philosophical bullshit at the end here, let's reflect on the nature of value. What is truly valuable in life? Is it the silicon wafers and transistors that make up our precious GPUs, or is it the fleeting moments of rage and despair we experience when we realize we can't afford them? Maybe, just maybe, the real treasure was the friends we made along the way while bitching about the prices on Reddit. Think about that next time you're contemplating taking out a second mortgage for a 4000 ADT. Stay chaotic, my friends. Alright, fuckers, let's talk about the age-old debate. Twinks versus bears. And no, I'm not talking about your childhood fairy tales, I mean the real deal. So, buckle up, buttercups. We're diving into the deep end of this queer culture pool. Twinks. You know them, you love them, or maybe you don't. These guys are often seen as the shiny, smooth, and sleek models of the gay community. Think of them as the sports cars of human beings. Fast, fun, and fucking expensive to maintain. Positives? They're like an endless fountain of energy and youth. You need someone to go clubbing with until 4 AM and still have the stamina to get brunch the next day? A Twink's your guy, but let's be real, they can be high maintenance as shit. Keeping up with their endless skincare routines, gym sessions, and that insatiable need for social validation is a full-time job. Now, let's flip to the other side. Bears. Big, burly, and unapologetically hairy. These guys are like the SUV of the gay world. Rugged, dependable, and they don't give a flying fuck about squeezing into tight spaces. Positives, they're cozy, comforting, and generally their idea of a good time is a chilled night with a few beers and some Netflix. The downside? Sometimes they can get a bit too comfortable. You might find yourself buried under a pile of pizza boxes and unwashed laundry, faster than you can say hibernation season. So which is better? That's like asking if you prefer wine or whiskey. It depends on the fucking day. Twinks bring the spark and excitement, like a firecracker in a dark room. Bears, on the other hand, bring warmth and stability, like a roaring campfire on a cold night. But here's the philosophical cherry on this chaotic Sunday. Life is about balance. We need the Twinks to remind us to live in the moment, and we need the bears to remind us to take a fucking breath, so maybe, just maybe, the best answer is neither. Or both, or who the fuck knows. Anyway, I'm out. Go forth and embrace the chaos, you beautiful disaster. Peace out.